What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ohio State Football with Scarlet N Great on YouTube. And for you audio listeners, the Scarlet N Great podcast. Thank you so much again for joining back to one of our fan favorite segments, a segment that suffered for a long time, but Michigan fans are up to their old tricks. The Delusional Fan of the Week. That's right, the Michigan Delusional Fan of the Week, where we take a delusional take for the back-to-back champions of the offseason every year, the Michigan Wolverines, who are circling the drain of mediocrity, yet always want to tell you how it ain't what it is and how what they are doing is absolutely special. We had a good segment last week from it. We're going to try to continue this going forward. I thought the fan base was broken. Some of them still are. Some of them know where they are. But you still have those that want to keep chirping and talk about how great things are up in Ann Arbor. So, as always, guys, we welcome a subscription from the show. Subscribe if you think Ohio State and Michigan is still the greatest rivalry in sports, or if you at least think it should be or once was. Most of you understand you are raised with that hatred. You were raised with that passion of the rivalry. And you know, just because one team doesn't carry their end of the stick doesn't mean that hatred isn't there, that the rivalry isn't there, that you don't look forward to that game. So is this the greatest rivalry in the history of sports? You let me know. I'd appreciate a subscription. If we can get there, please, if you believe that. This week's Delusional Fan of the Week is dedicated to all the Jayden Denegal fanboys, and especially the Big House Raider on Twitter. And again, two disclaimers real quick. I don't want to disparage any kids' commits. They're great athletes in their own right, in the grand scheme. But we need to keep it real here, and we're looking at things through the elite lenses that the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry should be. And if I call somebody out on Twitter who says something delusional, hey, I get it. You're trying to hype up your fan base. I'm trying to hype up mine. I'm going to call you delusional. I don't want anybody to come and personally attack you or anything like that. But we're fans, right? We're going to go at it. So, Delusional Fan of the Week, the Big House Raider on Twitter, and all the Michigan fanboys that went nuts over the Jayden Denegal commitment. All right. This is the quote that was produced. Well, first of all, I'm gonna lay you a little bit of backstory here. Okay. Michigan gets a recruitment a little bit back from Jayden Denegal, a low 4-star. Some services, I think Rivals kept him as a 3-star all along. Quarterback out west, out in Cali, right? Well, that didn't have a lot of buzz around his name, but Michigan took the commitment, and then a lot of the fans, of course, rah, rah, rah. Okay. I am sure the Michigan faithful thought the same thing they've been saying for the last month or so now. Warm bodies equals success. Well, that's not exactly how they say it, but when you boil it down, that's what they're saying. Warm bodies equals success. If you just go by actual average player ranking, your player ranking is akin to Kentucky. You're recruiting like Kentucky recruits right now. You just got a few more people to commit than they did. So really how they dress it up, instead of just saying, we think warm bodies committing equals success, they say, well, these non-elite great kids were noticed by us first. We saw the elite talent that hasn't been ranked. Guys that fit the scheme or fit the scheme is awesome, right? Like, oh yeah, these elite players don't fit our scheme. Well, if your scheme's to not be elite, I guess they don't. But we evaluate talent early, so we're noticing them early, and maybe we'll get some have accused the fan base of saying, oh, we'll get ratings bump later. Okay. Let's play this game. First, I want to produce the quote from the Big House Raider for the Delusional Fan of the Week segment. Sorry, not sorry, Coach Saban, and some other things, when this kid committed. I don't know what. Coach Saban got nothing to do with it. You don't recruit with Alabama for top talent. You don't do that. You either can't or won't, or just don't recruit with schools like Alabama. Alabama's not in on this kid. What do you think? Alabama's not in on Jayden Denegal. What are you? This kid didn't take any official. He didn't. Alabama. There was an offer. I don't know if it was committable from Auburn, right? From Auburn, who just lost Gus Malzahn from Arkansas. Not sure what was going on there. But you've made it clear, again, that you can or won't or just don't recruit elite talent. Nick Saban doesn't care that this guy went to. No one cares. If anything, we're all glad your team got worse. The gap's getting bigger, right? You're going to go from J.J. McCarthy, who likes to do jump spin around throws that land out of bounds, to this kid. Okay, let's tell the truth, guys. Let's tell the truth about this commitment. This is really the real. There is no Bama offer. There was no in-state college Pac-12 offers out in California. There was no official visits. None. I think the story was, he drove to Michigan State and then drove to Ann Arbor and then committed, and you guys were like, okay, no one else wants to play football here. I can just imagine what the Michigan staff say. You sure? All right. I wouldn't if I were you, but welcome aboard, son. There were no Pac-12 offers again from in-state schools in California. The offers were from like Oregon State, Colorado State. The recent ranking drops instead of a boost. This is the truth. This is where you're at, Michigan. He's a 3-star. I think ESPN is who reformulated their recent rankings. He's down over 200 spots. Your quarterback of the future is now the 442nd overall ranked commit. Okay, not to disparage the kid. If he develops, he could be. Yeah, Tom Brady was the the Brady 6, right? 199th pick in the draft. I get that. Kids can transcend. But your job is to go recruit elite talent. And everybody else is saying he's not elite. 442nd ranked overall commit. There's this thing where the Michigan fan base continues this whole, we see this talent and no one else sees it. If that were the case, it would show up on the football field. If that were the case, all those, you used to recruit in the top 10 all the time, and you had some top 10 finishes. The program is getting worse. Places like Indiana and Iowa State and Rutgers are jumping ahead of you. Like, the proof would be in the pudding. It's not that you see it as, we see all this talent, no one else sees it, and we got to it early. There's that old saying, if you meet a jerk one day, first thing in the morning, that's one thing. But if you meet jerks all day long, you're the jerk, right? So it's not everybody else that has the problem, Michigan. It's you, right? I could see it if maybe pulled a Wisconsin or something and got underrated talent and then, had top 15 finishes. You've made it clear your goal in life is not to be Ohio State, not to be Alabama, not to be Clemson. Your goal is to be, maybe one day if we try really hard, we can be Wisconsin. Wow, how the mediocre have fallen. So this is really the context of it. The kid that the California schools didn't offer, that took no official visits, drove out there, and you let him commit. Let me know, guys. Comment, yes or no. Is this a fireable offense? Like, if, nothing could get you fired at Michigan, right? You could kick a field goal the wrong way, and coach would probably get a promotion. You kick it multiple times, sell the farm for him. But Buckeye fans, if this happened, would this be a fireable offense? Now, granted, you'd probably say, I trust Ryan Day and da-da-da. But with all the things that have happened, isn't this kind of a fireable offense? This is really, really bad. Michigan fans, you need to realize what is happening here. And some have, but some just can't help but get excited. The Jim Harbaugh experiment did not work. It is this team he brought up and is slowly making it worse and worse and worse. You're coming off a 2-win season. You're spiraling out of control. It doesn't matter whoever the assistants are. The assistants change, but it's still Harbaugh aura around the team. It's still Harbaugh-led weirdness. It's still hot dogs in the pockets, right? It's all, hey guys, how you doing? I mean, you have to cut bait and run. Most of you started to see it last year, but the university gave him an extension. I cannot fathom. You guys are following this guy to destruction. You are being led down the Donner Party path. You are being led to your own demise. Half of you guys celebrate. Ohio State fans were telling you after the first 2 years, this is not the move. This is not the move. He's destroying you guys. And you guys were going, yes, we love it. We love that he's destroying us. You didn't say it like that. But it takes time. Oh, there's a book been written, build program right way. Blah, blah, blah. We were saying, no, he's destroying you. And you were going, yes, please destroy us. We'll pay you more money. You're paying him like $1 million a win at this point. You are being led down the Donner Party path. Some of you have realized this and jumped ship over the last season. You have guys like James Yoder who's realized this is not the move. But some of you are still celebrating this. You are being led down the path of being trapped in the wilderness and eating your pack animals, and then cannibalism, and then starvation and slowly starving to death. You need to cut bait, and you need to run, and you need to run now. Michigan Delusional Fan of the Week, again, celebrating mediocrity and celebrating mediocre recruiting. And now, instead of evaluating talent early, taking commits early when it looks like you evaluate talent as poorly as you play football. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. As always, goodbye. God bless, and go Bucks.